Hi there and welcome. I'm Roger V, one of the designers here on the MaxLead Pro team, and I'm the guy who handles user interface issues. So if you ever submit one of those requests or such as how to make things better, we welcome your feedback. I'm the guy that they will get it to. You won't actually speak to me on the phone, but I'm the guy that the customer service team will get your request or suggestion to. In this quick video, I want to show you one of the most powerful sections of the MaxLead Pro marketing suite, which is Videomail. Now, as you watch this video, you're getting more of a sense of who I am and a sense of what I'm saying than if you were just reading it on the page. We all know that video is a great way to convey information, and it's a great way for you to demonstrate your expertise to your clients and customers. It's a great way to leverage your time. It's a great way to pre-record things that you say all of the time to various clients so that you can spend more time closing and less time on the basics of education. Video is incredibly powerful, and Videomail puts all the power of email together with all of the power of video, and it can be really an incredibly powerful tool to help you close more sales. So let's get to it. You'll see that the whole system has been designed for simplicity, and we have a bunch of power and extra functions that are sort of getting under the hood. And on the second part, I'm going to walk you through really every single little button so that you have a really good understanding of what the tool can do for you. If you have wanted to set the webcam to 16 by 9 instead of 4 by 3, so it's a little wider and it's widescreen instead, I'll show you how to do that. That's the type of things that you can do by getting under the hood. And if you don't care about that, you don't need to use it. You can just use the simple version at the beginning. So let's jump right in. When you first arrive on the site, you're probably going to see this pop-up requesting permission to access your webcam. Websites, all technology cannot access the webcam, all websites anyway, cannot access the webcam without your explicit permission. What I do recommend is clicking remember. I do not do it here because I need it for testing. However, for your day-to-day use, that way the webcam will just come on whenever you get to this page and you won't have to do that again. These other tabs, it's very unlikely that you will need them. If you can do things like hardware acceleration, you can define how much RAM this is going to use in your system, and the audio, and even the webcam, which webcam it's going to use. If you've got multiple devices, I have a video capture card on this computer, so it needs to know. Anyway, if I just simply go here and click the green allow, and then I'm going to hit remember. I'm not going to do it here for the demo because I don't want it to, I would have to clear my cookies then, and I use it for testing. But anyway, just hit allow, hit remember, and then hit close. And there I am again. Now you see obviously that it's going into the webcam. In order to record, I'm just going to go up here to set just to the big red button, and as soon as I do, it's going to give me a countdown, and while I do, I'm going to move my mouse over to here. This is how I use it typically day to day. So I go over here to the red button, I start the recording during the countdown of the 3, 2, 1. I move my mouse over here to the blue button so that I'm ready. As soon as I'm done recording, I can just hit the mouse button. I don't have to look for it, and I can continue looking straight into the camera, which comes off as a little more genuine. So, but before I do that, let's talk about the templates and who I want to send it to and that sort of thing. Now, one of the most common things you'll probably want to do is promote your message on social media, for example. In which case you might want to just hit send me a copy, because when that message goes to you, you will then have the option to click on the message, and from there you can share it socially, such as on Facebook, on Twitter, on Google+, those sorts of things, to continue to get your message out there if you want. If you don't care, once you've used this 50 or 100 times and you know sort of how the whole system works, and you don't want to click send me a copy, fine, go ahead, don't. Nonetheless, most people at the beginning do want to start with that. So to add multiple recipients, which is an option, you just have to hit this green plus right here. And if you decide later, you change your mind, do you want to take grandma off of this list or something like that, then you just hit that red X and that'll go. I'm going to drop in my personal testing email. Now this account is really just for testing. Please don't email to it because I check it monthly. Sometimes it depends on when I'm testing things. But in this case, I'm going to use this email. And of course, you can put anything. You can also put in a text message. So in this case, I'll put in some text message that I can use for testing. This is a Google Voice account. And it will send an SMS to this number, right? And the system is smart enough to recognize a phone number versus an email. You don't have to do anything. So if I wanted to continue to add people, I could just go here, and if I wanted to subtract somebody, I just click there. If I want to send this out to a groups, now we do have a whole video just about groups, and groups are an incredibly powerful way to segment your audience. If you wanted to send to a group, you simply go here and click on any number of groups. We've got a lot in here. This is Bruce Mack's account, and we also somewhat use it for testing, so he's got a lot of different groups in there. You can just click as many as you like and go ahead and send that out, and it'll go out to the entire group right now. If you choose to send it to a group, you may want to use variables. Here are some of the variables you can use. I think most marketers are probably pretty familiar with this. Other competing programs say things like first name fix, right? You've probably seen this sort of thing before. But basically you can drop this in, and if the list member is Bob, let's say, it'll say hi there Bob, as long as I just type in something like this, right? So hi there, bracket, first name in all caps, right bracket. No spaces before, no spaces after. You can copy it here. We have it here just for your convenience. So if you wanted to say, you're the #1 real estate investor in city name, you could just copy and paste that into your message. And you can use this in the body, in the SMS if you want to, or in the body, in the subject, or the SMS. Now in this case, some SMS is required, so we'll just drop in a quick, we'll say this is for real estate investors. So we check out this incredible listing, and then we'll just put a dash, and then the link to the actual video will get appended to it at the end. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go down here. Now this editor down here is common throughout the program. You've probably seen it on other places around the program. You've probably seen it around the web. And so I invite you to play with these different buttons and get familiar with it. It's not unlike any major word processing program. If you wanted to, let's say, center justify it, you could just go here and center that. If we wanted to put a line break in and something like this, and we wanted to make this a headline, we just need to highlight that. Let's say we'll go here to heading 1, and if I wanted to include a link, I just go here and I select this and link it like so. It'll pop up. I can also set the target if I want to pop open a new window. I like to do that personally. So we go here, we go there. This is actually an HTTPS for anybody cares. The MaxLead Pro is on a secure server. It is 256-bit encrypted. So we'll just put that in there just for example purposes, and just to show you how it works, I'll size that up just so you can see it in action. Your signature is appended automatically to the end, and it is based on the account. Now, where could you change the account? If you have multiple hats that you wear, if you have multiple sides to your business, let's say hypothetically that you run an insurance company and you're also in an MLM, and let's say send out cards because it's a good fit with insurance business, because it's probably something you should be doing anyway, which is touching your clients via snail mail, right? So let's say hypothetically that you have these two different sides to yourself and two different businesses, in which case you may have two different email addresses, you may have two different signatures. Each signature is tied to the email account, and I'll show you how to edit that. So all you do is go to Advanced Message Settings, and here's where you could change that, right? So in this account, we've got two different accounts set up, and if I change this, this will change the signature as well. I'm going to leave it as whatever the default is right now, but this is where you can do that. Again, that's by going to Advanced Message Settings. If I wanted to, I could also switch the webcam to 16:9. We do allow for that. Some of the newer webcams are 16:9. It's sort of which is yours. It's really just up to your hardware manufacturer and depends on your computer. But you can play with them both and see whichever you think looks best. I'm going to leave this at 4:3 because my webcam is 4:3. If I wanted to send a plain text email, for some reason I'm having delivery issues, or if I wanted to go old school, for example, or if I was reaching a lot of people that are in very ultra traditional enterprise business that were on that list and only could not get anything except HTML, I mean plain text email, then I might want to click this, and it's going to give me that option below. I also have the option to SMS text recipients. I believe this is really used for groups, but since I put in a phone number over here, the system automatically displays this SMS text message because it knows that this is a phone number right here. So no additional action is required. I think that might be legacy, frankly, and set to be deprecated. So before we do any of that, now I need to record a video, of course, and I also want to choose a template. So the templates are a lot of fun, and they're a great way to add some flavor to your message and help that message get across instantly and instinctively. So let's go here and choose a template. I invite you to peruse these and really get familiar with it. Now, I'm the one who designed a lot of these, not all of these, but a lot of these. And I can tell you that sometimes some of them don't fit quite perfectly into one category, meaning they could be used for multiple categories. So it's important that you take just a few minutes and just kind of play with it and get used to what's in there, because you may find something that's in the care and concern that works well for thank you or something like that. But as you start to get familiar with these, you'll see what I mean. Sometimes we had to choose a category, and so we simply choose the best one for what we're trying to communicate. Let's go to business opportunities. We'll go here, and as soon as I do is I just select the second drop down, and then I can go here and I can choose from my various images, and if I hover over these, then of course it's going to bring up a preview, right? So let's choose this one. Notice that loaded into the background. Now if I wanted to, I could set this as my default template. I don't want to. But if I click this button, what it's going to do is every time I come to this site, this is what's going to be my default template. So if you find something that you want to use a lot of, or if it's, let's say, the holidays and it's around Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever holidays are important to you, then you could set that as a default template because you're thinking you're going to be sending a lot of that message. It can just really save you some time. And you can reset that at any time. If I wanted to, I could also upload a picture of myself and my dog and my wife and my kid and us at the beach or whatever it is that I wanted. We recommend 695 by 545. That is the ideal size. You can go to pixlr.com, which is sort of like an online version of a simple version of Photoshop, right? It doesn't have all the power of Photoshop, but if you just need to size and crop a photo down to a certain size, then it's perfect for that sort of thing. And that's pixlr.com, Pixlr.com. And there you can add some text, right? You could take a picture of a Christmas tree and then put in some Merry Christmas text on top of that if you chose to. Next, you can access your past recordings if you choose to, right under here under the recordings library. It's just going to show some of the messages here. If you wanted to find all of them, you simply go up here to Videomail, Video Library. You're going to get to a page that currently looks like this. However, it is being redesigned to look like this. I wanted to explain these icons on the side. It's going to look like this. We are currently remodeling it. This first icon is to set up an autoresponder, so you can add any video mail at any time to an autoresponder. This is to resend a video mail. This is to generate a QR code, which is useful for print advertising. This is to embed the video, just the video, into a website. That could look like a WordPress website. It could be a WordPress sidebar. It could be a WordPress content widget. It could be a non-WordPress site such as Joomla or static HTML, whatever it is. It could even be an eBay listing. Wherever you can embed a video on the web, it's the same process as embedding a YouTube link. This is to define as your vThanks link, which is a new system we're working on that you can add to your email signatures. And this last one said set up as an autoresponder, which really is not clear. It should be set as an audio-video reply, which is a new system we're working on, and we'll have a video about that shortly. Now that we have covered most of the tools, let's see it in action and send you some messages. So if you go up here to Contacts, I'm going to show you another way of sending a video mail message. And there are dozens within the program. Over time, we continue to integrate everything as tightly as possible to save you time. So, for example, if you go here to Contacts, you should see a list of all of your contacts. And by clicking on any individual, if you search for one, let's search for, here I have this preloaded, search for Bruce Mack. As I mentioned, we use this account for testing, so he's in here a bunch of times. You'll get to a page that looks like this, and if you just click on something like this, you'll get to this page here, which is the contact detail. Now, by clicking on his email, here I can simply do a one click to send this email a video mail. Notice this is pre-populated over here. I could also, if I wanted to, send him an audio email, so if you're having a bad hair day or aren't comfortable with how you look or you're already in your pajamas, you can certainly send somebody an audio email, which is Sometimes less work than a phone call, but still easier than typing out a message, or perhaps a little more fun. And you can also, of course, just email him. Once you do, then of course you'll get to this page here. Before we do this, I should show you a bit about these buttons here. This is to save the recorded video. If you wanted to just simply record a video and, let's say, not send it, let's say I thought of something else, I wanted to save that video, but I still want to record something else, then I could just hit save. Here I can load from my library, and what that's going to do is just call a pop-up. And if I've uploaded the video, it's going to show this here. If you have any videos that say processing failed, which could happen from time to time. Now, keep in mind, this is a testing account, so this might be, who knows, a unique file format, or it might have been too large even, or whatever the case is. It just lets us know that processing has failed. You can also click on uploaded. These are uploaded videos. Some of these are done from the phone. The system does work on a mobile phone. You can also create it. These are automatically generated videos using our automated content multiplier system, which is incredibly powerful, and we will have separate videos about that system because it certainly warrants its own. It's a great way to increase your search engine rankings. Nonetheless, what it does is it converts existing content or text content into videos. If you wanted to send one of those to somebody, you could just go here to create it. Anyway, we're going to go back to recorded, and I'm not going to choose any of these because I want to just record a new one. But you can just click on these, and it'll preload it into, or it will load it into the video player and allow you to send it as a message. Uploading video is especially also powerful for sales videos. For example, if you've got sales videos that explain what a product does, or the product demos, or even recorded webinars, all of those things can be uploaded and sent out from here. So I'm going to cancel that out. If I wanted to just upload a video, if I had something on my drive, I could go here and simply click upload video. It's going to call up a pop-up. I'm going to go here, and it's going to give me a file chooser, and then it'll think for a minute. Note that the current limit is 200 megabytes. That's plenty for a short video clip. If you want to record, send somebody a one-hour webinar, for example, that might be more than 200 meg. We will have options for you shortly, including uploading to YouTube and embedding from YouTube into this player. Nonetheless, I'm just going to hit OK. I'm not going to use that. And here we can click on the settings, and that's going to bring this back up, which we've seen before, if I needed to adjust the webcam or adjust the audio or something like that. This green arrow is for sending. Notice I cannot currently send anything because I haven't recorded anything. So I'm just going to hit OK. As I mentioned before, typically when I'm recording these, I first click on the red button and then immediately move my mouse over here, and I just leave my hand on the trigger so that I can stop it as soon as I'm done. Okay, to record the actual video, what I'm going to do here is just go and click on the red button, and as soon as I do, I'm going to move my mouse over to the blue button and be ready with my hand on the trigger so that I can stop the video as soon as I'm done. Hi there, what a pleasure it was to meet you. I look forward to speaking with you more after the event. Until then, here's the information that we discussed below. I'm going to include a link to it here, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Okay, so as you can see, the video itself is ready. And I'll put, let's change this to great to meet you. So in this case, let's say this is being used for a trade show. So what I could do is change this to great to meet you, first name. And we'll change this all here too. And I'm going to go ahead and send this out, right? So this looks fine. If you want to change this signature, this is something that is typically set up by most clients during the setup wizard process. However, if you want to revise it at any time, it's very easy. You can change it at any time. You just go to settings, and then you go to profile settings, and then select the email that it's associated with, right? Most people only have one, maybe two or three different email accounts, and each one has its own signature. So in this case, this all looks fine. I'm just going to hit send email. Okay, here we go. Here's the actual message. Notice that it says, great to meet you, unknown. That's because I used a variable in an email to a specific person, right? Now, if this had gone to a list and the system had me as a contact, then it would have said, great to meet you, Roger. But I didn't use a list. Instead, I just put in, great to meet you, first name, and that just was addressed to me in this testing account, and therefore it says, great to meet you, unknown. Here's the background, and here is the video. here's the actual end product. And notice it starts playing immediately. Okay, so as you can see, that came through. I've got headphones tied into the system so that I don't get any audio feedback, but you could probably hear that message. Everybody's going to see these possible options at the end. If I wanted to reply by video mail as the recipient, I certainly can. Notice also that this variable came through exactly the same as unknown, it just says first name. And that's again because it was addressed to me individually, not me on a list, so I wasn't a contact in the system. It doesn't know my first name because that email isn't tied to one. So here's the actual text from the body, and if I want to reply by video mail here, I can. Here are the social icons that I mentioned, so if you want to promote this socially, if you wanted to put this message on your Facebook, this is why you might choose to send yourself a copy, because you could just go here and it's going to pop open a new window and ask you to sign into Facebook and let you share it there as you want. You can also just mouse over this and use this widget as a fast way to share it to multiple channels as well. This is also the same thing. This does the same thing as this, and that's one more option. If I wanted, I could also replay the video. I could reply by video mail. I can reply by video mail, or I could just hit reply, and it'll just give me a chance to reply via text. Now, in the near future, we are going to allow this to be disabled. So if you send this out to a sizable marketing list and you don't frankly want anybody to reply, that's certainly understandable. And so this is going to be disableable in version 1.1 and maybe online by the time you see this video. If not, it's certainly coming down the pipeline very quickly. And that'll allow you to change that, or also to disable this if you don't want people sharing it socially for some reason, which could be the case if it's personal information or if it's sensitive information or something like that. You may want to be more restrictive with it. If I wanted to reply by video mail, I would click this here, but I think that you get the idea. Here's another one just for you to get a sense. I used a thank you background here. Just short and sweet, and of course I can include an actual hyperlink that is linked through, and I hope you find this helpful. If you have any questions, by all means let us know and we will update this video.